Good evening, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We are back in the Viking Age, this time for the Oskoreia Festival. We are looking at it for the first time today. We've kind of stayed away because of the amount of bugs. We always try and look at the new content that Ubisoft add to the game, but we were put off a little bit because of the amount of bugs, and we have over a 250 hour save. My concern with any bugs are will we lose the save? So obviously I tried to stay away. We've given it a week. There hasn't been any further updates for it, so I wouldn't assume anything's being fixed. So because of that, we're gonna jump into it and see how we do. So this is us for this evening. We're going to spend the next couple of hours looking at the new festival. As I say, it has been in game about a week or so, and you have until the 2nd of December. Started on the 11th of November, finishes on the 2nd of December. Once, as always, we're going into this partially blind. I've stayed away from obviously what the missions are and all that kind of stuff. There's normally a little bit of story behind it. But I have done a little bit of research. I wanted to have a look at what the festival was all about. So once we get into it, once I've done the YouTube side, we'll just have a little chat about what this festival actually entails, because it's quite interesting why this festival is a festival for the Vikings. I thought it was interesting anyway. So I'll share that with you in a second. Yeah, for me it was I thought it was interesting. I hope you guys do as well. But it's an interesting one. So we had a festival. We've had a couple of festivals now in the game. We had it first. Well, the game was out. It came out, and there was a festival for Christmas. We've had a spring festival. Good evening, gaming. How are you? Had a few festivals in game, and they've been okay. Some have been a bit glitchy. Some have been pretty good to do, and then others have been a bit mixed. But good evening, gaming. How are you? Right, so the YouTube side should all be done. It should save in a second. Once it's saved, then I know the thumbnail's in place. All good. It's not. Save. I hate when YouTube takes its time. Spent ages in that thumbnail. I didn't. Play my games. I had too many to pick. That's the problem with too many games on the go, though, isn't it? That is the problem with too many games on the go. Come on. Thank you for the likes. Much appreciated, by the way. Good evening, Kathy. How are you? Not too bad, thank you, not too bad. I'm annoyed at the minute. YouTube isn't doing what I want it to do. It's taking forever to update one thing. Let's try this. Changes saved. Let's have a look. So I'm just making sure something has worked. No. Why is that not working? I spend all this time on thumbnails, and for some reason it is not liking the one that I've put on. It's really annoying. Go. Right, hopefully that should be okay. think I'm just going to ignore the fact that it won't do it and just carry on. So this is the in-game message. The Oskoreia season. The harvest season takes on new urgency with the approach of Oskoreia, and the unwary may become the quarry of Odin's wild hunt. However, readiness and resolve can turn fortune in your favour. So I had a little look at the festival. I wanted to know the history of it a little bit. Obviously it runs from the 11th of November, which was last week, until December the 2nd. It's a free festival for everyone who's had them before. So I wanted to look in a bit more what the festival itself was. So Oskoreia is also known as the Wild Hunt, and it occurs in the northern European cultures. The Wild Hunt is a group of ghostly figures that usually chase somebody or something. According to Scandinavian legends, the leader of their Wild Hunt version is Odin, and it was also known as Odin's Hunt. So the aim is to prove yourself worthy as your settlers prepare for the Wild Hunt. That's the whole point. It isn't a celebration, but it's when the veil between the worlds grows thin and the dead will haunt us if we don't honour them. The gods come to Midgard to hunt, not just beasts, but men also. It's quite an interesting kind of turn. We kind of assumed this was a Christmas festival, and it's not. So, we need to fast travel to Ravensthorpe. And yet I could have done this before, but I'm aware of something happening the minute I fast travel there, so I held off. We know travelling, fast travelling, everything else takes a little bit of time, so we can talk while it's loading in, because every update has made the game extremely slow. But supposedly there's a cinematic the minute you go to Ravensthorpe. That's all I know of the festival. Actually, that's as much as I know. So this is going to be interesting. But I thought we've given it a week. All the bugs people have had, I'm hoping we won't have any of those. Obviously, we have got a 250-hour save. I'm avoiding having corrupted if I can. We are expecting new content to come again next year for Valhalla, so I'd like to keep the same save as possible. We shall see. None of the gear's changed since France, other than the sword. I think the sword we gained from doing the Discovery Tour, I want to say. I think that's just the sword that's changed. Also means a lot of my armour and stuff isn't upgraded. We just put it on, just have a look at it. We don't really worry too much about cosmetics. We also, if you haven't been in streams recently, no I haven't been back. If we have time this evening, if you finish the festival quickly, which festivals generally aren't massively long, so we'll see. If we have time, we need to go back to 2 of the tombs. We didn't pick any artefacts up. We only picked the artifact up for the final tomb. So the 2nd and 3rd tombs, we kind of missed something. I didn't even know about artefacts until we picked one up in the 4th, and then I kind of figured, that could be an issue. So I need to go back and pick them artefacts up at some point. So if we can't do it tonight, I might do it off stream. It doesn't matter as long as we got them for when they add the rest of the tombs. If you aren't aware, there are more tombs coming to Valhalla. The 4 added aren't it. There is more coming. We just don't know when. So this is us. The rain is pouring as always in Britain. And when it decides to let us in, we should be back in Ravensthorpe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping we don't have the glitch we had before. We had a glitch previously where we were doing the flighting at a festival without knowing what the other person was saying, because we couldn't hear it. It didn't work, and neither did subtitles. We still managed to get it right somehow, so we've got to hope that doesn't happen. Here we go. That can't be it, surely. Ravensthorpe looks a little bit different. Good evening, the High Hole Man. How are you? Welcome to the rainy Viking Age in Valhalla. Here we go. So the archery contest is back. Always fun. To be fair, the archery contest is not too bad. It's probably your easiest way of getting tokens. We'll have a look at what we can get from the tokens as well. That looks a little bit different. It's very, off the bat, I would say, it's very Halloween style. This Wild Hunt Festival. It's not Christmas like people are expecting. Just got a little one down for a nap. So a little bit of time to yourself now then. Yeah, we was expecting a Christmas type festival, which is what we had previously. Yeah, a little bit spooky. Obviously, it's a little bit early for a Christmas festival, so I don't think we're getting one this year, unless they have two festivals quite close together, which is unusual with Valhalla. Have you done this yourself yet, Kathy? That is a ship. A longboat perched in the middle of the camp. There we go. I will say, Valhalla, when it does its festivals and stuff like this, it does seem more grown up than the old style Assassin's Creed games.
It's Walden, I tell you.
Don't be thick, Braun. Everyone knows.
Oh, you're having a time? Oh, okay.
Eivor, who leads the wild hunt?
Odin. Why?
I was explaining to him the way.
Yeah, as expected, they're not going to medically retire me just yet. They're waiting for the further specialist appointment I need. See what they say. They're trying to arrange another meeting with Hockey Health. So it's all normal stuff. It was just annoying.
Oskoreia isn't a celebration. It's when the veil between the worlds grows thin, and the dead will haunt us if we don't honor them.
True.
So the festival is this time. This is the first festival, not a celebration.
It wouldn't be wise to draw their attention.
Yeah, just a check-in thing.
Be wary of the god's wrath, Dane.
They keep saying, "What can we do to help you?" And other than giving me a new body, there's not much they can do.
I told you not to pester the locals, Uncle. Have you been in the herds again? Don't patronize me, you little shit! And you will call me Brother Maxwell like everyone else. No one calls you that.
I've seen you around planting your smoking pots everywhere. The whole village smells like a seer's hut.
Those pots are placed where the fabric of the
Robot
veil
leg, that'll do.
is weakest,
Can't
and
take it.
receive
As long as it
unseen
works.
threats before they are upon us. I'm sorry, Eivor. He shows up like this without warning. I told him he could stay with me while he's here.
You're right to offer hospitality. And we should mark the Wild Hunt in some way. It's a source of fear for people of both faiths.
And how do you think we should mark Oskoreia, Eivor?
With tests of skill and strength. Like Tyr's archery range. Show the hunt, they'll find no easy prey here.
Svinda is setting up another event since her last tournament was so successful.
Good. Tell her we'll use it. Not to celebrate, but to prepare for the Wild Hunt.
So that's the big
Tell her
difference.
yourself.
We're not
You're
celebrating
leading
this time
preparation.
for the first festival. This first time we're not celebrating.
I didn't.
And be sure
We are
to visit
preparing.
Gudmund's homage to the dead. Or didn't you notice the ship in the middle of the settlement?
You could not notice it, could you
I
really?
noticed the ship.
Good. May Odin's wisdom guide you.
So there will be a storyline, there will be
So
quests to
no
follow,
break.
plus earning tokens
I have a
for
better job for
probably
you, Lord.
cosmetic stuff.
You'll be the judge of whose actions will impress the gods. You'll be the keeper of the tokens.
There we go.
I will be the best judge you have ever seen, Eivor.
Go see Norbit about the tokens. Tell him I sent you, and I'll come find you later.
Okay. I will say straight away, there's been a lot of reported bugs with this.
My herds
We're hoping
let us
to not
see
have them,
the invisible.
but I can't
It's
guarantee
you
anything.
as
We'll see how it
leader
goes.
Who must cross the veil and
Hopefully no
discover
crashes.
the mysteries of the Nether Realm.
I never said I was leading. Maybe I should have let Braun have his parade.
So that is it. That is the start of the Wild Hunt. We've got 20 festival tokens just for logging in. Pair Raven Clan for the Wild Hunt. We need to win each of the challenges and show the clan that Ravensthorpe is safe. Why are you guys surrounding me? Okay.
Now what?
So we'll have a quick look at the quests. There's normally more than one. So you've got targeted strategy, which is the archery challenge. We've got hunting for honour, which is the main quest, I believe. We've got homeward, which is discover the means to protect Ravensfort from other worldly forces. Riding for glory, which is a riding challenge by the looks of things. And a veiled threats. And this is Swindon's fighting arena is full of surprises. Even she doesn't know what to expect. So, well, hunting for honour is probably the main one. We'll have a look at that first and see what that entails. But it is a very...
to do some fine deed before helping yourself to those tokens.
I was testing your vigilance, Braun. Well spotted.
Did he think we was going to steal the token? We'll speak to Braun. He'll tell us what we can
Yes.
get with them.
He gave me a basket to keep them in. But he didn't seem very happy about letting me give them out.
He created the tokens and enjoys handing them out himself. But he'll be happy enough when people cash them in.
It's a very different Ravensthorpe, this festival.
Well, when someone offers a show of courage or an act of respect towards the dead, they are rewarded with tokens.
All right, I see. So when they tell me of these things, I let them take from the basket. Whatever they think fair.
Well, you might want to make certain rules, or at least check their claims.
I was going to say, can we just go and help ourselves then?
I am a good judge of character.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, can we just go and help ourselves with tokens then? He's already told us off once for just trying to, even though we weren't going to help ourselves. But it's a very mystic style environment, very different to the norm. The other thing I would say is if this is preparing for the wild hunt, does that mean this side of Christmas, are we actually going to get the wild hunt maybe appear and have something to do with it? You know, that could be a possibility. Right, so I've got nowhere to head to because this quest doesn't have. We've just got to do the quests. So we know there's a quest here. Let's have a look what this one's about.
Good day to you, Alwyn.
Ah, good day, Eivor. I hear you've taken charge of the fall festival. I look forward to, what do you call it again?
Oskoreia. And I wouldn't say I'm in charge, I just talk to people.
Oh, don't be so modest. I'm sure you're playing a greater role than you realize. By the way, you'll want to keep a close eye on Braun's uncle. He's been leaving flaming pots everywhere.
I know. He's a strange one. He may even be mad, but I don't think there's evil in his heart.
Oh, I'm not suggesting any malicious intent, but Braun did mention he once burnt down a church.
He once burnt down a church?
Oh.
Yeah, that's different.
A short while ago, I saw him heading towards the edge of the forest with an armload of kindling.
He'll set the forest ablaze.
Okay, so I'd say this is a quest.
Follow the smoke.
Follow the smoke. So we can track quest homeward. The smoke column will indicate the Mad Monk's presence. Well, I can see a smoke trail over there. So let's go and find the Mad Monk. That's not the Mad Monk, that's Swinder, okay. So that maybe not what we're looking for. It does actually tell us we're heading this way. Riding for Glory, it's another competition here. Where's these smoke columns? We're meant to be looking for them. And also, while we're heading towards this area, I'm trying to remember the controls, because it's been such a while. We didn't have to use a lot of the fighting controls when we were in the area. We didn't have to use them when we were in Discovery Tour, because we didn't have to fight. So there's a chance this is going to be really confusing. Right, can we see the Mad Monk anywhere? Can we see a fire? Yes, straight ahead. Should have used the horse. Be a bit easier, wouldn't it? I think for a festival, the ones we've had so far have been okay. They've been nice additions for limited time events. This one does seem to be a bit more meat to it.
The pungent smoke is not thick. It clouds the hooga more than an obscure sight.
Okay. We're going to activate this and something's going to happen, isn't it? Let's have a look.
If your thoughts grow cloudy, look deeper within and seek clarity through your inner eye.
I didn't think I spoke those thoughts aloud.
I know what it's like to stand on the threshold of another world.
I think you grow drunk on your own fumes.
Do you think it mere chance that brought you here?
No. The Nordnir leave little to chance.
Then open your mind to the worlds beyond our own, as the veil that hides them is pulled away.
What would you have me see?
It's not about my desires, but yours. What do you seek?
I seek to protect my people from the Wild Hunt.
You'll need to cross the veil, face your greatest fear, meet your own worst enemy.
Greatest fear. It will take more than herb-induced visions to terrify me.
I was going to say, what is Ivor's fear? What is his worst enemy? Everything he's faced in his life so far, I can't think of anything offhand that you'd say would be his greatest fear. Other than probably fate. When he was younger, when he first started the game, he was afraid of the visions he saw of Sigurd. And that kind, displeasing Sigurd and failing his clan.
Have I crossed the veil? This
Guess with the food
place
shortage, the story's
unsettling,
okay.
not terrifying.
Oh really? Have you bought some
Enemies
bread and
will
it's no good?
encounter here. The spirits of the dead.
That's never good.
Does Kjotve wander this netherworld?
Right, we're going to seek the power of protection. Yeah, that's never good if you've gone and bought bread and it's no good. The wife just grabbed a loaf yesterday, went to make a sandwich and it's all... Oh, really? That's not good. Hello, Cass, how are you? Yeah, that's never a good thing. Okay. I'm assuming... I'm trying to think where we meant to go. I'm invisible. There's something is... okay, what's this? Read this. Pulled from the thread of the Nornir strand, this rune casts a shield across the land. Okay. Yeah, we saw it. Does that mean... Thanks. So we can hear things nearby. Shelves at the Walmart are almost totally empty. It's basically empty themselves, mods on it. That's never good, is it? Are they flying in supplies or anything? We have a 4-day off. 4 days off. Yeah, that's not going to be good. Oh, okay, there's something... Oh, so we need to get this in the position. So this is one of the ones we've done previously, where you've got to actually get this in the right sight line. That could be any of them. Okay, there's more than one. That actually looks like it could be the right one. If we go backwards... I think that is nearly... That's nearly right. No, I swear we're on the right one. Come on. That's nearly there, isn't it? Surely. A little bit back. No, see, I'm obscuring the view slightly, so that's... You've got to line up perfectly for it to actually work. And I think we're slightly off. I think we're on the right step. There we go.
A rune of power. Maybe that monk.
They just clear on the highway, so they might start to get... Oh, okay, so at least they're trying to send supplies and they're helping them.
Stand aside, spirit. I come for the rune. I do not wish to add to your grief. The spirit could be my twin.
Are we fighting ourselves? We are fighting ourselves.
Murder in its eyes.
Right, I've got an issue. I can't remember the controls.
Walk away.
Yeah, I can't for the life of me remember controls. Just so we're aware. Although I dodged that pretty well.
If I slay this thing, will I die?
Good point. We killed him.
We can be our own worst enemy. But I feel no joy at having vanquished. That fight was more tiring than I thought. I grow weak.
Definitely a lot more to this one than previous festivals. Going to be a slow go with all the people trying to get home or evacuate. That's true, yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine what you're having to go through, to be fair. Let's soak you back. Playing without spoilers, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. Oh, so you're not enjoying it then, Cass? Are you not liking it? I know Keller is raving about it. Did you not enjoy it either, the High Old Man? Keller was saying it's a must play. I think he was saying 10 out of 10 at one point. You can still tell they're extremely lazy with it. Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, it's lackluster. Oh, okay. I kind of assumed it was going to be brilliant and you'd love it. So much missed potential. That's the issue, though, isn't it? Right, we've got the. Well, it's still a bit wobbly.
This rune in my sleep.
So
so strange about that.
We have painted the rune of protection on our longhouse.
Nevertheless.
There we go. Homeward. Quest complete. First quest done. The rune of power protects this land from one who shed blood for the good of the clan. There we go. We have completed the first quest. We have a new quest, an honourable death. It's no longer raining. The festival doesn't have the same look when it's not raining, does it? So we've got several quests still to do. How do you feel about the super in-depth life paths? I know you need several playthroughs, don't you, to actually platinum it and stuff like that. You need to be a critique to understand the laziness side of it. If you're overly positive, you definitely love the game. Oh, it's just a fun average game. You beat the main story in less than a single day. Yeah, but no one generally plays for 20 hours straight, so you can't hold that against them. 20 hours is still a decent play. I think Guardians was meant to be 20 hours. I think we did it in a bit more, but then obviously we're streaming, so it does take a little bit longer generally than we stream. Or I always allow for longer. Right, can we...
Eivor, good to see you.
Swinder, so I don't know what we're going to do with her.
Some of our people are anxious about the wild hunt. I want to raise their courage through contests of skill and bravery.
I have the very thing.
I'm still not sure whether I'll play it. I don't know if it's the right thing to put on the channel.
Warriors will fight within the fog of war.
Mainly because of the nudity and stuff like that. I'm unsure.
A monk bring those braziers?
Yes, he said something about a veil I did not understand, but I find...
Yeah, see, I've not listened to anything said about it. I've not listened to the promises and what the game was meant to be. I never do with any game. I always take it for face value. I play it and then look at it from that perspective. I never listen to what it could have been or should have been. That's the thing. You hated it before the memes, but now generally mad at CDPR. You can hide... Oh, okay, as long as you hide the nudity, it's not too bad. But yeah, I never listen to all this stuff, the hype before a game. I never listen to it because you don't know, and until the game comes out, generally nothing ever really lives up to the hype. They're finding that now out about Vanguard and Battlefield. The new ones of those come out, There's a lot of people not liking either of them. Hype is what killed the game. I think that's the thing. Too many people go for the hype, and I think that's where the issue lies. People then dislike a game because they've gone for the hype, and it's not what the hype was telling them. If you went into it open-minded without knowing anything about the advertising, that's the best way. Oh, you have to have it on as default off. Oh, you can't change it. Okay. Yeah, Rockstar have already failed, haven't they? GTA Trilogy, that's failed massively. Right, we're ready. I don't know what we're going to do. What are we going to do for her? This is one of her tests. So this is one of the festival events. What do we need to do for it? Ladies and the vehicles or such as that. It's supposed to be a futuristic GTA, and there's zero. Oh, no car customization. Oh, wow. Well, I don't think a lot of them are trusting them with the new game because of what they've done with the trilogy. People were expecting a lot better from the trilogy, and the people are saying it's broken. So they've failed already on that. There's lots of stuff going around about it. Survive waves. Okay. What am I fighting? I've got to survive 3 waves. But I don't, oh, there they are. Three waves of enemy, I think I've got to survive. Go back on the rock. It's a safe place. I can see you hiding there. Nice stun attack on that guy. I love my boat. Another one down. Wave 2 will start soon. I've got to survive 3 waves. I will catch up on chat as soon as we've done this. What direction? Are they all coming from the front? If they do, that's not too bad. Yeah, there's one.
Focus. We have this.
Oh, we knocked me off. We're trying to keep the high ground. Run out of stamina as well. Oh, nice little stomp on him. That worked perfectly. Where's this guy? He's poisoned as well, which has helped us. More second wave are incoming. Can't quite see him at the minute though. Oh, there. What the hell is that? It's a werewolf. Yeah, werewolf's down. Wave 3 will start soon. Well, okay. 2 waves down. 1 to go. And we've already faced a werewolf. It's the fact you can't see where they're coming from doesn't help. Where are you running to? I got you. Right, you're down. There was another guy. Where is he? He's there. Oh! How quick did that appear? Wow, stamina. Survived though. Right, they're running down. What the hell's that? Okay, more werewolves. The problem is I can't remember controls. So dodge is out of the question at the minute. I've got to remember controls. Didn't dodge correctly, I don't think. This werewolf is quick. Come on then, Mr. Werewolf. There we go, good dodge. Oh, werewolf down. Sorcerer next. You can have a nice little stomp, can't you? So you take out Sorcerer. Wow. This is so different to what I was expecting. Well, I'll catch up with chat. I think we've survived. I'll catch up with chat now. Bikes are sort of fun with the cars with disappointment.
I won.
Well
The
done.
fans are more larger numbers.
But I think I'll make it more challenging.
You're a little
Come back when
disappointed. They need
you're
to make
ready
more
for
noise about this.
another round.
I think they're probably still hoping for updates, maybe. We've mastery the bonus tokens plus 15. Druid set is now available. That's nice. Hello Irene, how are you? Critics always critique something in order to make the next project better. If you don't critique something, no, I understand that. My idea of critiquing something though is playing it to its fullest and then giving an honest opinion. My issue is you find a lot of people go into these things with misconceptions of what they're expecting from it, and that's the problem. So the critic that's reviewing a game, say, will go in with all these misconceptions of what they're expecting, and if it's not that, they'll mark it down. They're not going in with an open mind because they've read the hype, they've read all the press releases, and that's an issue. This is the festival, Irene. Yes, it's the first festival in Valhalla that isn't a celebration. It's more of a preparation for the wild hunt. Something about updates is you shouldn't rely on updates. No, absolutely you shouldn't. And let the modding community fix the game. Yeah, that's all well and good for PC, like you say. It falls short for console players. It's one of those. It's a difficult one to get right. Like I say, I just think I know Cass thinks I'm probably overly happy with most stuff. I'm still objective. If I don't like something, I'm happy to say it. But I think some people are overly critical for the wrong reasons, and they don't give a game a chance. That's the problem. If someone played the game all the way through, start to end, and then complained about it, I get it. I understand it. They know the inside and outs of the game. But if someone's played an hour and then, I don't like it, I want a refund, doesn't make sense in my eyes, because you haven't really experienced it. You've got to give it a chance. There were people wanting refunds from this because they didn't like how it started. You know, and I know Cyberpunk obviously gave refunds originally because the game was broken on last gen consoles. That's a different kettle of fish. But at the same time, it's one of those. Can't go to a restaurant, order a piece and get half a piece of bread with cheese and hear them say, come back next month, we'll update the recipe. I think that's a fantastic metaphor. I love that. You don't think I'm overly happy. If you want things that work, do what they're meant to do. Oh yeah, no, I don't. I wouldn't say that's good enough. But like I say, I go into things without reading loads of hype. Most games I will go into blind because I want to then experience it to its fullest. I'm quite happy to be critical. I said this with Assassin's Creed 2. I felt the combat was horrendous. And I wasn't happy about that. But the story worked. And you saw you saw Ezio grow as a character. You know, I think all the games we've done and the games I've looked at after we've finished them, I think I've been objectively looking back at them and going, well, this worked, I wasn't happy with this. You know, I've not played a game yet, though, that I've disliked massively, other than one, and that was Star Wars Battleground. Was it Battlegrounds? It was Star Wars something of it we did on PlayStation Plus. And I actually stopped halfway through doing the episodes, and I explained why at the time. That it just isn't good. It's not fun. It's just boring. So, it's one of those. But everyone has their own personal thing of what's good and what's not. There's a new Pokemon now, is there? Nice. I need to get my little boy back into it. So, festival, you have to complete tasks, challenges, and quests, collect tokens to get some new gear, that kind of thing. So, this is the next one. We've just finished one. AC Brotherhood is the best combat in the first season. Well, we're in Brotherhood now, so I'm looking forward to comparing it to the others. I was saying when we started I would say this Assassin's Creed is probably a more grown-up Assassin's Creed. There's more bad language, there's a lot more violence, I think, with more detail. Assassin's Creed Story is the most fun. Yeah, Assassin's Creed Story is something else, though, to be fair. You'll give 2077 another chance when they drop a proper DLC. Flying City, really? Yeah, okay. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. thing is the game truly fixed? I watched Cass play for a little bit, and he still had glitches now, so they haven't truly fixed it.
We need an archery challenge to test our skills.
This range tests a hunter's
Few new
sense to
moves in
know
slow
when to
motion.
shoot and
Okay.
when not to shoot.
When does
Be
a
interesting
hunter
to try
not
out.
shoot?
Imagine we're hunting together. You step on a branch and I shoot without thinking. What do you think happens?
Well, you shoot us.
I take your point.
In
So this
this
is-
contest, archers score points for hitting the right targets and lose points
Oh,
for
so
hitting
they've
the wrong
changed this
ones.
one. So previously you hit as many targets as
There's
quickly as
also a
possible.
time limit
That's
to
your
make
point.
it
That's
more
your
challenging.
points.
You wanna
This
give it a
one is
shot?
right and wrong targets. So we'll give this a go. See how many tokens we can earn and what points we can get. Revelations is a weak game. It's the best ending. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I wasn't massively happy with Brotherhood's ending, story-wise, to be honest. It made sense, but it kind of, I don't know, it wasn't as good as I was hoping. Right, we're doing the challenge. Let's have a look at it. We've already done a couple already now. So what are the right ones and what are the wrong ones? That's the first thing to know. What colours are right? I'm assuming green are correct and red are wrong, or is it going to be the other way around? Is it going to tell us, or we've got to guess?
Start on my mark. Begin.
Okay. Coloured targets are the ones we need to hit. Oh, okay, so don't hit that thing. Got ya. Right, can't hit those things in the middle. Missed that one. I don't know what a good score is, that's the thing. Trying to let myself down towards the end of this. Yeah, you can go away, big scarecrow thing. Oh, I think I lost 20 points. I hit it as it came down.
Halfway mark.
The halfway mark. I don't know what a good score is, that's the problem. Yeah, you can go away, scarecrow. Missed it. Missed it. Oh, flipping scarecrow's in the way. Trying to concentrate on it. I'm missing a few, which isn't good. I don't think we've done too badly with first attempt, though, to be fair. Definitely a lot more difficult with them things moving around and trying to avoid hitting them to lose your points. We haven't had before. Oh, I've just lost points.
Imagine the targets are your enemies.
I'm trying to imagine them enemies.
Lower your bow.
There we go. 950 points. I'll take that. I think that's pretty good.
No shame in that score. Go claim your reward.
Success. I'm assuming we've passed the mission because we have to win at every single one, but I don't know what the top score is. You like their accent in the game? It's the old English mixed with Norse. Brother's ending was just sequel bait. Ending left you shocked because you're spending time getting but then the Vatican feels like you're getting into the spaceship. The Vatican's very different, isn't it? Oh, he's never going to be an assassin. What makes you think the DLC is going to turn him into an assassin? We had 2 DLCs so far and he still isn't. And that's the way it's going to stay. As much as yeah, you're not going to pay for a DLC that's going to turn him into an assassin. I don't know where you've heard that, but that's not going to happen. Right, let's have a look at quests, because obviously we've done a few now. So we've done this one, target strategy. We've done the Swindle one, the fighting. We've survived the 3 waves. We've got a Honourable Death, Riding for Glory, and the Legends of Lu. Legends of Lu's a river raid, so ignore that one. So it's these 2 to do. And then we need to have a look at how much things are going to cost us as well. There's someone to talk to here. Let's have a quick chat.
Novid, I'm glad to see you back.
Really?
You don't get why Assassin's Creed fans are okay with this new tag.
All my tokens.
I'm sorry.
Because it still makes
I
sense.
should have asked you first.
if you listen to the story of why he's not an assassin,
Relax, Eivor.
why he
I'm just
didn't
having
join
fun
them,
at
it
your
makes
expense.
complete sense.
Now, would you like to see my fall
And
collection?
the modern day story works superbly with the return of characters. I'm not spoiling if anyone hasn't played. See what he's got for sale. So yeah, I think personally this still works really well. It's interesting to see where they take it going forward. We know there's more DLC coming. If they ask for another £30 for another season pass, then that's a different story. We've already paid for a season pass. Wouldn't be happy to do a second season pass, because I think that's taking the mickey a little bit. But the story does make sense. You think it ends at this Kenway saga? Oh, I don't agree. Call of Duty, kind of like other story games like Spider-Man. No, I love Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man's brilliant. You can't read the Bible and listen to the plot to the next that's based on the doing. No, it's not at all. They are not. That's completely wrong. They're taking parts from it, but that's not what's happening. Okay, so Festival Shop. Bone Raven is 250 tokens, and a Hell's Scythe, which gives you a fire damage and fire build up, which is not something we're ever interested in, is 350. I can't honestly see myself buying anything, because that is it. There's no armour, there's some tattoos, Wild Hunt tattoos, and there's new bone hair cosmetics. So for me, the cosmetic side of the festival is kind of pointless, because none of it is interesting to me. But we'll do the quest.
I must be on my way now. Goodbye.
For more religious, I did it as like Minerva's Roman goddess, but that's the actual name, wasn't it? Minerva was part of the scientist group.
Just a little break.
Yeah, the core is still the same, and the end of the modern... The thing is, Assassin's Creed, people are so driven by Assassin's Creed being the time period you play in. No, that's not it. Assassin's Creed is all about that modern day story. The modern day story is more important than the time period you're actually in. The modern day story is the bit that means everything. It's the bit that drives it forward. The time period you're playing and control are a means to an end. But it's the modern day story that's the important part. Yeah, it's a fresh take, but it's also... Templars are still involved, there are still assassins involved. Yes, you're not one of them, but they are still involved. They're showcasing a new side of it. Odin shouldn't be called Odin. Yeah, the modern day matters a lot more than the time period. It's making the history of the modern day canon. There is that. That's where you have this issue, isn't it? Right, this is one of the quests. We've got to examine the ship. So let's see what this entails. So, in this game, because we've been through all different years and stuff, in this game it is, I don't know, offhand. You've just caught me out by asking that, actually.
You do enjoy building your ships, Goodman, even if they're not going anywhere.
It is. Set in 872 to 878 AD.
Aslog. These are names I haven't heard since my youth.
Why would they exist in real life? Medusa and Minotaur didn't exist in the modern day story.
Sven,
but they're Greek myths. With any myth, there is some part of truth in it. That's how myths are born. There is still a part of truth in there somewhere.
I wouldn't call him a good man.
Yeah, the modern day historical time, the Isu era. And every game we're learning more about the Isu.
My parents, Rasta, she traded her life for her child. I will make sure it was worth it. Varen, he gave his life to the Raven clan.
He did give his life.
May the gods honor his sacrifice.
Didn't really give us a choice, but he gave his life.
That is for the All-Father to judge.
Yeah. This game's a lot more grown up Assassin's Creed than the ones we're currently playing during the daytime, to be fair.
Calf. It's not a name I know.
They did, yeah, exactly.
Goodmund, do you know someone named Calf?
And when we did
It's the one name not
when we did a
carved
lot
into
of
wood,
the
only scribbled in charcoal.
Discovery tour,
Did you
it was
see who wrote
interesting
it?
how we've always, in England, we're
Someone I
taught
didn't
that
know came
Vikings
by
were this
earlier,
murderous, rampaging
limping and
group of
staggering,
people.
like he was
But
on
that
his
was
last
showing us that
legs.
actually they used a lot of
Didn't see his
tactics and
face.
And you didn't
intimidation.
speak to him?
They didn't actually like to
He
fight
didn't
unless
speak
they
to
had
me.
to.
He went that way, if you're interested.
I don't like
They showed
unanswered
Medusa
questions
existed
so close to home.
in the Greek time period,
If this
not the
stranger
modern
was
day
lame,
time period though.
he couldn't have gotten far.
Yeah, but you say this. I don't agree with you on that, because every myth, Greek myth, Roman myth, Norse mythology, they all come from some sort of truth. So something started the story. So whether it was a disfigured child or a disfigured person, that then was, over time, the mythology changed. It's like Chinese whispers. Someone tells someone something, they then change it slightly before they tell someone else. That's how life works. So if you take the Minotaur, for example, the actual story goes the king's son was born a Minotaur. But it could have been, and this is probably what happened during that time period, the king's son was born and he was disfigured. The king didn't want to lose face, so he locked him away. That story then gets moved and moved around over time, and it's now with us now as being the king's son was a Minotaur. But it wasn't originally, because all mythology starts with some area of truth behind it. Yeah, but time machines don't exist. Because when Desmond, when he's going into the Animus, isn't going back in time. He's reliving a memory. What if Knight and Samurai and Vikings were on the team? We haven't had samurais in Assassin's Creed yet. There is a lot of talk that people want them. Assassin's Creed doesn't have magic in it, it's all sci-fi. But what makes it magic?
Been eating fish?
It is definitely going a lot more mythology based, I give you that, but I wouldn't agree that it's... Why have I got loads of examine parts here? Oh, these are the people. Okay, we've got to find the wounded man. Supposedly he's around here somewhere. See if we can find him. But yeah, I don't 100% agree with you at all on that. But yeah, he's going very more mythology based. Which I know a lot of people aren't going to be happy about. I don't mind it. Because the story, the modern day story, is what keeps it all together. The Animus works have been issuing the programming, turning things that old lies believed into true, turning into weird experiences for one day. There is that, yeah, you don't know how the Animus is truly programmed. It could be that the Animus is actually showing these things, and they never really existed, but it's the Animus giving it to us. Yeah, Cass is right, Irene. It's Assassin's Creed, it's not about killing and all this kind of stuff mainly. It is a very political story about two sides that both believe they're right.
Coal dust. He placed his hand here.
I know the time machine was an
Maybe
example.
leaned on it for support.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Back then, these people did believe in all these things a lot more than we probably do now. You know, mythology doesn't really stand up now because we have science. But back then, they didn't have that. Why would this not show up? Normally, there means it's something to view. Don't tell me. Please don't glitch on me now. Okay, well, there's something here, but I can't see what's there. There's berries here. Rations are full. Ah, there's another one over here. We'll keep following this trail, I think. Maybe we don't have to press them all. We've just got to follow the trail. It would seem. Looking for a wounded man. Is he in there? I didn't look. Well, that's not the wounded man. There's something here. What's this? Oh, okay. That's just... We know this guy. We don't need to do anything with him.
I must take my leave. So long.
So that's not the wounded man.
Allez, Eivor.
So where is this wounded man disappeared to? We're trying to find him still. So there's still something there. Ah, there's something still in the trees. But I'm trying to keep up with chat and keep the festival moving along. Fantasy is magic by Peter Beanie's technology. That's something you can install in the whale from Medusa. No, fantasy doesn't have to be magic. It's a computer. See, the high hole man gets what I'm saying. It's a computer simulation. It could be anything. Make a solo female protagonist because they know a lot of people wouldn't be happy with a solo female protagonist. They didn't want to offend the original fans of Assassin's Creed. That's the problem. Two options shouldn't be a thing in Assassin's Creed. No, I agree with you there. There shouldn't be a choice between two different male and female options because that doesn't work in what we know as Assassin's Creed. I agree with you there. They should make one or the other. And it doesn't matter what it is, but I think that what did want to alienate people by making that choice a set choice. That's the problem. Pick my ancestors, but you could... Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know that's not right. I agree with you there. They're talking Norse.
This may be the end to this stranger's saga.
That's...
That man can tell tales.
Yeah, it's more Norse than Old English. I actually would not have believed in Old Norse or Greek mythology. It wouldn't have manifest experiences. No, exactly. And when Ezio sees things from Isu's side of things, when he sees these buildings and stuff, he doesn't understand them. It's only through time he does. And same as Ivor. When we come across some Isu-related stuff, he doesn't understand it. And you can see that, and he acts like he doesn't understand it. But over time, that changes. I don't stream on Fridays, no, just because I've got physio in the morning, and then it normally puts me out of action for the rest of the day. So we won't be streaming tomorrow. Next stream will be Saturday evening, which will probably be Genshin Impact on Saturday evening, which is morning for you, Irene. He did have biblical figures. I'm trying to think of what biblical figures it was. There was obviously older people we know about. I can't think of any biblical figures, though. Oh, we're definitely moving in that direction, aren't we? That's the thing. Yeah, Ubisoft made these strange decisions, though. I think they were just afraid that people weren't ready to accept a female protagonist being the main character.
He wrote something down before.
Although it worked with Horizon Zero Dawn. So we've got a note from this guy that we've managed to find. I alone saw the attack coming across the West River. If not for my warning, they would all be dead.
I alone saw the attack from across the West River. If not for my warning, they'd all be dead. He was a lookout on the West River. There must be some place with a better view.
Right, so we have to find this lookout point. And if you read the clue, it is a lookout point between Ravensthorpe, which is here, and where the Aun and Neen rivers meet. Well, the Neen River is here. So where is the Aun River? There. And they meet here. So I would say a lookout is somewhere around there, or this side. It depends if it's going to be this side of the map or not. But this is where they meet. Just double checking the names of the river. I think. I'd say actually we'll go this side of the river, but we're basically going to be there, I think. So that's where we need to head. By the sounds of that. So let's head there and see what we find. I don't agree it's been Marindo. As the High Old Man said, the Norse believed in their gods more than a lot of other time periods did. They believed so much in them, they would kill their own people to please their gods. And that's been portrayed heavily. And that's the big difference between the other time periods. That wasn't really around in the other time periods. This was mainly a Norse way of thinking. Okay, we're around here somewhere. I was correct in my guess, I think. Find the lookout point.
There's smoke from a small fire. Is that where the poor wretch made camp?
So we're heading for that smoke by the sounds of things. Please don't let there be any chickens. Chickens are the one thing that I can't stand in Assassin's Creed. They're the nastiest animals in the world. Only in Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I think
This was no campfire. The monk has been here. The air is
trying not to discriminate is so
sweetly
different
sour
now.
smoke.
It's so difficult to get right because
If the monk's smoke can let me see the unseen, perhaps it will reveal something of the dead man's fate.
okay, so I'm going to take my mark off the map and then we'll look at the cauldron. I was a little way off, to be fair, but it's a good high point. This may show us what happened to the man. Yeah, no worries, Irene. Yeah, it's trying to not discriminate against any one person or any group of people. I wouldn't be surprised if GTA had that choice, to be fair, the way things are going. They're not trying to follow waves and trends. They're trying to not be sued, basically. They're trying to make a game that the majority of people are going to pay for. If you offend a group of people, they're not buying the game. That's money lost. Looks outside the window. That's not quite right. That's not what I'm saying. So the festivals that some of the Norse took part in was literally to, they'd have volunteers from their clans volunteer to be killed to please the gods for certain times a year. That's how it worked. You don't see that in the real world today. What you're talking about is something completely different. Yeah, exactly. The Apple of Eden showed him things that weren't really there. It was Eden showing him, well, not angels, but I've always been seeing all fantasy though, because this is what they believed in. These arenas, not far as Norse gods are. The Norse believed in this. That's the problem. This is how the Norse lived. So to them, this was all real. The only factual side of Assassin's Creed is the modern day story. Yeah, but they're not doing it for the reasons that the Norse did it, in the slightest. They're using the mythology, though, to tell a story. That's the thing. The modern day story is the important part, and that's the factual side of things. And that hasn't changed.
Where am I? Is
Right.
this what Carve saw?
Okay. So we've got to investigate his fate. So we've got something here.
From
Fire.
this spot, a lookout would have a good view of the land. But it's too far away to shout a warning. He would need another means to sound the alarm. Perhaps with fire.
Okay, so we're looking for an alarm with fire, supposedly, I think. There's something over here. And that's the cauldron. I don't need to interact with the cauldron, I need to find out his fate. So, he was here, he saw something happened, and he was trying to warn people, is my guess. Oh, we can't go any further, so actually it's here somewhere. Can we go down? That wouldn't let me go further that way. So my guess is there's something else here. Maybe. Nothing else showing up, is there? No, there's a barrier there as well. Okay, so everything we need to do is up here by the sounds of it. So whatever we're looking for is up this side. It won't let us go back towards camp. That tells me there's something else we've got to do here. Obviously the fire was one of the first things. What about this way? We'll climb down. I remember there's obviously full damage. Oh, trust me, Cass can debate all day long with Assassin's Creed. He loves a good debate, to be fair. It's quite nice to see someone else, other than myself, differ in opinion. Okay, it's not heated, no, admittedly. No. Heating normally does mean an angry way, doesn't it? Yeah, I get that. That wasn't intended, was it, at all? Like that. Well, okay, there's another fireplace down here. Could that be something then? Yeah, I understood what you meant. I get where Cass come from though as well. I do see what he meant. He took from that. Okay. I'm on fire, which obviously doesn't help me at this point. I've no idea if we're... I'm being attacked by that thing. What you...
Gods have burned you with your own fire.
Well, let's run away now. Traitor. Okay, so that was the Wild Hunt, I think, talking to us there. By the sounds of things. That would be my suggestion. So there's something to do over here. What is this?
I've seen a broken arm ring like this once before.
Yeah, in depth is better use, yeah.
The man from Thornburg.
But the modern day law still works in modern day. That's the difference. And that's the important side. That's the bit you've got to remember. Okay, are we crossing the river then? I think we are. I think we're crossing the river. Might take up on that. I'd love to see that. Yeah, I'm completely agreeing with the High Old Man, to be honest. The mythology works because of the time period. Strike before they can rally.
Weapons were abandoned here. They were good quality. The kind
yeah, the modern day stuff still works and it's still the true direction. And if you look at the time periods, they still work because they're playing to the strengths of the time period. You know, the Norse believed a lot more in their mythology than people realise. Which direction are we heading in next? So there was a fight here. There's things around, I just can't see them. We're looking for one more hint of what happened to the guy. And we've gone out of the area, so the area's back here. There's something else to look at. Fair, there's all these dark spots on the water. Past memories events. It does not form memories based on beliefs. Yeah, but you're reliving Ivor's past, okay? And Ivor's beliefs are his past. If he believes he ate some mushrooms and defeated some ghosts, that's his memory. The kid loves Spider-Man and his descendants. Future Senate cannot use animals and look into the kid's memories and see Superman being a real-life figure doing stuff. No, but... Hang on, I'll read the High Old Man first. The animus has been in perfect knowledge from the first game. Mix some things up to reach further back. Yeah, it does make sense. It's no. So you're taking the animus as a perfect recording. And it's not a perfect recording of past memories. They're not forming memories either. But everything is open to interpretation. And that's the thing. You've got to think, when you're in the animus, the memories you're reliving, your brain is trying to comprehend. So none of it will be, it's not going to be 100% factually correct. Because it's whatever your mind can see. Along with the past memories as well. It's never an exact science. It won't be 100% perfect. And on the same side of it, if Ivor ate some mushrooms and truly believed he was fighting ghosts, and you relived his memories, and you relived that specific memory, then you're going to see that, because he believed that's what he was doing. And the Norse believed that. Yeah, exactly, the High Old Man. Exactly. That's the thing. That's where it works. Right, I don't know. I'm looking for one thing and I don't know what it is. Although there's darkness in the water over here. I don't think it's this way. Oh, there is. There's something on the water.
We're under attack!
Okay, that was a good guess by me there.
They're burning Uber's ship!
Uber? Well, we've seen Uber die. We know what happened to Uber. Examine.
The burnt remains of the longship bow. It bears a carved serpent favored by the sons of Ragnar. This is from Uber's ship.
Well, we've seen Uber Okay. Have we seen Uber? I'm trying to think which ones we've seen. Because the Sons of Ragnar were real people that came across. But their story has changed massively over time. Because there's everything gets interpreted differently by different people.
Kath was on lookout the night of the attack.
The Animus was never perfect. You can't tell me the Animus works as a perfect machine.
He'd have no time to reach the others. So, he raised the alarm by burning Uber's ship.
Okay, so this guy saw the attack coming from Uber's ship. He burnt the ship.
Uber would have been furious.
Protecting his people.
He probably blamed Kath for the attack and left him behind when the Great Army moved on.
Ah, so he made a mistake then by the looks of things. And we're going to wake up again after reliving this memory. Because we relived a memory that Ivor believes is real. Yeah, I think you've got to think about that.
Now that I've uncovered Kath's tale, I'll write it on Goodman's ship.
You've got to think about that aspect of you're seeing things as Ivor sees them, and he believed heavily in a lot of this. I think that's the side of it. But you cannot say the Animus is a perfect machine. There is no way. You got to think the one Asturgo made is probably close to it. The minute they start making their own and moving it around, there is no way that's a perfect machine. It gets thrown in the back of a van. There's no way. In Assassin's Creed 1, I agree, the Animus was probably perfect because it's made from this company that has invested all this money. It was probably as near to perfect you can get it. But after that, they're not using a proper Animus. They're using ones they've made themselves. And so I can't agree that it's going to be perfect. Yeah, the choice of gender doesn't fit. I don't agree with having a choice of gender. It's either male or female and keep it as that. No, and you saw that the Animus wasn't perfect because of the memories being glitchy and broken, and you have to fix some of them. So you've got to, if the Animus is having glitches in terms of memory, then you can't say it's perfect, which then means some of the memories are going to be open to interpretation. The original user of the Animus was Desmond. Or there was someone before Desmond, wasn't there? My issue with people that debunk Assassin's Creed for YouTube videos is generally they're speaking from a very annoyed point of view that won't accept anyone else's point of view. The difference is, Cass, you'll actually happily think about it, join in the conversation, and we can say that we can agree to disagree, in a sense. Whereas I find a lot of these YouTubers that make videos on what's right and what's wrong with Assassin's Creed won't agree with you. They won't accept anything other than their own opinion, and I think that's an issue. That's generally why I don't watch them. Because if you're gonna have a view on something, you've got to be open to that view being different or changed, or at least accept that other people aren't going to agree with you. And a lot of them don't. Subject 0. I knew there was someone else before him. 16 was Clay, 17 was Desmond. Yeah, Desmond was the one. That's the one that I would say is the first, but he's not the first, is he? As Cass said, Subject 0. Okay, we're going to go and put the name of this guy on the ship. That's what this quest is. Finish off this quest. And I think there's one more quest after this to prepare the clan for the Wild Hunt. I'm not overly worried about the cosmetics because it doesn't make any odds. They're not anything I'm interested in. I'm not that cosmetic kind of person, to be honest. Yeah, that's the bleeding effect. But there's people who have opinions and people who know the original plot. But it's not, you can't say you know the original plots and nothing else matters. Because you're blinded by the original plot. You've got to at least you have the open mind to talk about it, and you give your point of view, someone else gives theirs, and you're open to it. Like the mushroom side of it, you now said you're going to look at that. So you're open to it. A lot of these people though aren't. They are just directly down the line. It's my way. Don't agree with anyone else, and that's the problem. In any debate about anything, whether it's Assassin's Creed or something completely different,
I crossed the veil with the help of
It's
your
open
hands.
to interpretation, and everyone has an opinion, and no opinion
I
is
saw
wrong.
through Kav's eyes and learned his tale. Kav saved his people and will be honored.
Yeah, you've got a point there, the High Old Man. I never actually thought of the bleeding effect as being damage to the
What do you
brain and
see
mental
when you
damage. I
look
didn't
into the
actually
veil?
take it as that. But that's
To
not a bad
see
shout.
what I see would drive you mad. Ask
No,
not
but
about my visions,
damage to the
and
brain
I
or
will not
mental
ask
damage
after
isn't
yours.
mythical stuff. It's not magic. It's not ghosts.
Kav.
The bleeding
Saved
effect
his
could be
settlement.
damage to the brain. You're doing something the brain can't comprehend. You're living memories of someone else. You can't tell me the brain's okay with that. So that's not a bad point. I've never thought of it in that way. I just saw it as the bleeding effect was the memories becoming entangled with your own. But actually it could be damage. See, this is mythical stuff. Yeah, Ivor seeing mythical stuff though because he believed in it. That's the difference. If this was Ezio seeing mythical things, I completely agree with you. It's out of place. But in Ivor's time, it's completely in the right place. It works because it's the Norse. Norse mythology was one of the most mythological times there was. That's the thing. Only at the same time, Hamptonshire, with their witches and stuff. That was kind of around the same thing. My favourite Assassin's Creed game is still the first one because it was the start of everything, and riding towards Bethlehem was incredible. I didn't say bleeding effect was mythical stuff, but there is a point there that if it damages the brain, what is it actually doing? What is the bleeding effect in reality then? Because it's not mythical. I completely agree, it's not mythical. But if it's damaging the brain, you're seeing things that isn't really there. So I wouldn't say it's a vision, but then you've got the skills that come with the bleeding effect. It's kind of one of those weird things you've got to try and accept. Oh, it is. Assassin's Creed was the first one's a masterpiece. Okay, so we've done 2 of these. We have 1 more to go, and that's Riding to Glory. So the actual main quests are done. I think we've done the 2 main quests there was. Swindle we've done. So we're going to have a look at Riding for Glory. I don't know what this is. This is a riding challenge. I wouldn't say I'm specifically skilled at riding in this, so we'll give it a go. As I'm not overly fussed about the tokens, it doesn't matter how well we do. But I'd say then there is no end to this. This obviously festival runs until the 2nd of December. Past that point, you can't get tokens and you can't get the rewards, and the rewards aren't fantastic. I think that's the letdown of the festival. I wouldn't say the rewards are brilliant, but the 2 side quests we've done are actually really good. Yeah, like the bleeding effect or. No, I get what you're saying. It's nice to actually say it out loud because then you can air different ideas. Like I never thought of the bleeding effect as a damage to the brain. I never thought of it that way. But actually reading you guys talk about it there actually makes sense. But no, so Ivor is the first one that I would say does all this kind of stuff with the mushrooms and things. And because of that, it works. Yeah, you can make anything work if you stretch an explanation. True. Ivor could be the ancestor of Shea or Otso Berg. Do you think?
Hello, Archery.
Not sure on that one.
Of horses.
I'd rather deal with a horse than an ass.
I'm not here to trade barbs, Archery. I've come to see what you're preparing.
So this is the last event we need to have a look at.
A true test of equestrian skill.
So let's have a look at it.
There will be barriers to break, targets to hit, and a time limit.
I thought you said it would be a challenge.
You've never thought about it this much.
It will require equal measures of skill, speed, and control.
It's probably one of the only franchises I can say that everyone can talk about and have different perceptions of. And that's what I like about the series, because everyone has a different perception of what is good and bad with it. And what it makes you think about works in conversations. And I can't name another game franchise that does that. That's the thing. Both Shay and Ottoberg had Viking ancestors. That's interesting. I didn't realise that. Okay.
Give me a moment to mount.
Right, what are we doing? I'm not the most skilled on horseback. Game time. We've got to shoot targets. Race through the gates before time runs out. I'm not meant to shoot the gate. I know, I don't have to shoot. I've just got to ride. Kind of gone off. There we go, I shot it. Game time for shooting targets, that's why. Round the corner, round the corner, round the corner. I can't see me getting more than the medal I've got, to be fair. Aim on a horse isn't brilliant. Keep moving, I keep having to keep stopping to do the shooting. There we go. Let's go. Why am I keep stopping when I'm trying to shoot, which obviously isn't good for our time. We're not doing too badly, actually. I thought I was doing a lot worse than I am. I didn't want to shoot those. Trying to shoot the gate. I'm hitting everything but the gate. Tough old challenge, this one. This is probably the hardest challenge I've had to do so far. So much trying to do different buttons at once. We got a silver medal though. Well, I'm happy with a silver medal. I've missed some of the targets there. I've got the gold, I've got the gold. We can keep the time. Where am I heading? Okay, I got myself stuck. That's not going to help my time. We finished? I think we're finished, I think. Must be nearly done now. There we go. That was really tricky. You don't remember much about the story of the old games, you haven't touched them since 13. The old games are good, and that's why I'm enjoying playing them through, but obviously our playthroughs are slightly different because we're going for the platinum, so obviously there's a lot more involved in them. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know about the ones in the Origins, to be fair. But that was a very tough set of riding challenges, that one.
Why so quiet, Aki?
Yeah, I don't think he's joined the channel one, Cass.
I am silenced by your show of skill. You may claim the full prize.
There we go, we have claimed the full prize. Gold medal, riding to glory. That is us done. Speak to Ake. Is there more to his quest? Is that the quest done, or is there more to it? Because I can't see anything else. I don't know if there's more riding quests.
Hello again, Aki.
Welcome back, Eivor. Ready to put your skills on display?
Not right now, Aki. but soon enough.
So that's the riding quest done from what I can tell. So I believe that's everything done. That's everything experienced, everything seen. And as I say, the rewards, once more, aren't brilliant unless you're into your cosmetics. And there's only one weapon. We can collect our tokens. Let's go and collect our tokens. Yeah, there's one weapon and one bird, and that is it. There we go.
I've done what I
Oh,
can
we've got
to
some more.
this day.
New quest.
It is now for the gods to judge and for the fates to decide.
Okay, we're not quite finished. Speak to the Mad Monk. It isn't quite finished yet.
All falls into place.
I thought that was it, but it's not.
Pattern comes into focus.
Yeah, I haven't advertised the channel Discord enough recently, to be fair. I should do. Cool. Welcome, Valhalla, man. Some people on the channel, on the Discord are active, others aren't as much. Ah, okay. The game is glitched. We've just lost the conversation. The first bug of the festival. So we've got to try and pretend we know what's happening.
I think you're less mad than you let on, Monk. But I have to disappoint you. There will be no hunt.
Will there not? Even now, powerful forces gather.
If you want to make a cyberpunk talk channel thing on the channel cast, do it, you know. You know what you're doing.
The gods are angry. I'll never doubt you again, Uncle.
Did we do something wrong?
What does this mean?
The wild hunt.
So it's not quite over. I thought we'd done everything, but obviously we had to take the tokens and things have moved on.
Listen. The wild hunt will not come for us this night.
How do you know that?
Because I've seen the courage and skill of our people. We've come together, Norse and Saxon alike, to meet great challenges. And because I know that when people are united and strong, they earn the respect of the gods!
That was good timing. Lightning hits
Are with us.
as Ivor gives his speech. Why is the Mad Monk surrounded by ghosts? The entire festival is so Quebec. The entire festival is meant to be preparing for the Wild Hunt, which was also known as Odin's Hunt, which was a real thing they prepared for when they were in this time period. But if you're talking about what's making this way, I would suggest these little bowls of fire. It's the herbs that are in them that makes the Norse people see things that probably aren't there, but they believe they're there. And I would say it's because of what's in them bowls. You're in full cybernetics. I want to have a look at Cyberpunk. I want to wait till I've got PS5, though. I don't think it's worth doing before PS5. Graphically, I think you need a PS5 to really get the most out. To be fair, the DLC Tyranny of King Washington was the DLC for Assassin's Creed 3. I really enjoyed. It was a very different take as a what could have been. And it was a big twist, and I liked that. Hitman Assassin build with heavy emphasis on hacking. Oh, nice. I don't know, because I enjoyed Tyranny of the King, Washington. Because of the twist. That's what I enjoyed. So I'm pretty sure now, that was the end of the festival, I believe. That was failed threats. We've done that. We've done the Riding of Glory. And this is the River Raids, which we've done when they first came out. We've not touched them since, mainly because there's no point, because they take forever to load in and the rewards aren't worth the time. Now, we've got a bit of time, so I'm going to take this extra time we have left and do something we messed up on before. So we've explored these tombs, but we missed some things with the tombs. So we missed artefacts, and we need to go and collect these artefacts. If we fast travel to here, we'll go and collect the artefacts from the 2 tombs we missed out on, because I was silly and didn't realise they were there. You think it still looks good on PS4? See, I don't think it's going to do it justice. I think I'd rather wait. Oh yeah, no, I understand it took place within a millisecond. I get that. But I love the twist of it. The fact it's playing a what if. And I like that. Streets are way more populated, but artifacts was empty in places. Oh really? Oh, that's weird. So in Cyberpunk, before they patched it, it was a busy place, and then afterwards it kind of less populated. Yeah, no, I get it was a vision. I understand that, but that's what I like about it, because it's a what could have been. You know, and that's what makes Washington give up the apple, because he didn't want that way of going. I thought it was a very well-rounded DLC with a nice twist. Because at the time, if you remember when I was doing it, I did say, this doesn't seem right, it's like a dream, it's like a vision, it's something not right here. Okay, so we need to go to the tomb of Boudica, and go and find the one thing I missed. Now, what we missed is an artefact, but I cannot say whether this artefact was where it's going to be. I think, if anything, it's going to be near the end. We should be able to walk straight through, because obviously we've done it all. But we need to head back to the tomb first. The last tomb we did, we found the artefact, and it was right at the end, just before you left. So that's my assumption with this one as well. It's going to be roughly the same kind of thing I would have said. Just got to find our entrance. Which is just here. Tomb of Boudica. Right, we've been in. So all of this should now be cleared. We should be able to walk straight through, and if that's the case, and we can, perfect. So we just need to leave, but I need to stop as we leave to look for this one thing. Okay. Ah, there's a good point. Did we leave the same way we came in? I think we did we? So is there anything missing here? No. Just checking we didn't miss anything as we came in. So I think in this tomb you left the same way. Let's have a quick look in inventory. Let's have a look where these artifacts are. I only know about them because we picked up one in the last tomb. And that straight away made me think, hang on, I've missed something. It's not that. It's all schematics. So they're all the collectibles, but there's nothing there I would have said is what we want or after. Quest items, there we go. That was the Venetius tomb artifact. Now I'm assuming there are 2 more artifacts in the 2 other tombs. Spotted something. Why have I got a basic bow on? I don't use a basic bow. So why would I have a basic bow on? Seems a bit weird for me. That's not something I would have done. I think we're using North Gale bow. Okay, so in here somewhere I think is an artifact that we now need to find, that we missed originally. So we've got to search for it. Like I say, in the last tomb, it was very near the end. I'm hoping I don't have to redo the whole tomb. Because I don't want to do the whole tomb again. Okay, I can't see anything. Okay, so the tomb is open, as it should be. So in theory, I'm guessing the artifact we need will be in there then, surely. Oh, I forgot about the spikes. Let's get off those, shall we? Okay, there's nothing down below us. I'm just looking to see if there's anything nearby. Because we haven't got an artifact from Boudica. We've done the tomb, we saw the little story bit with Boudica that comes to talk to us. So unless I miss something in here, which is possible. It's Boudica that way. So anything up here? As I say, I don't know where this is. I haven't looked it up, I just know we've missed two because we got one in the last one. So this is the Boudica tomb. We emptied these out, that's fine. Now, is there an artifact, and if so, where is it? I don't want to look online to find out where it is, to be honest, but I know I've missed one. Ah, there's something here. No wonder we missed this. What is this? There we go. That's the one I missed. So that was hidden away in the tomb.
Again, I'm speaking nonsense.
So it was to the side of the tomb there. So yeah, we wouldn't have noticed that. I just saw the breakable objects there. So we need to go to one more tomb now. We got the one from the Lou, whatever you call it, tomb. I can't remember the name of it. This one over here. We got this one, the Venetius. We've got this one to go and do. So fast travel to there. One more to do, and then we'll caught back up. The High Old Man might be your new favourite person. To be fair, it's quite interesting watching you two talk, because you're very similar, I think, in how you talk about things, which is good. There's no aggression, there's no, it's my way or the highway. I like the fact you actually both talk quite methodically. You like people that actually make you take a breath and actually go, okay, this guy actually believes in what he's saying. I get that with you, Cass. You like that challenge that people pose when they can honestly talk about something. Okay, one more artifact to get, and again, I don't know where it is. We have to find it. We found that one pretty simply. I didn't think it'd be that simple, but we did. I'm happy with that. So one more to find. He says Odyssey is a phenomenal game. Oh yeah, no, you've said that before, Cass. I get it. I do get it completely. I'm one of those people that will, if I believe I'm right, I'll tell you white is black for the sake of saying it. But I also can back it up. And if I can't back it up, I won't give an opinion. That's the thing. You don't play Odyssey. So we platinumed Odyssey. We had Cass telling us how rubbish it was the majority of the time. I can understand Cass's point with Odyssey, I really can. I wouldn't say it's the worst game on Earth, where Cass probably will. But I can see the criticisms. That's the big difference. I think that's where most fights are won, though. Most fights are won, Cass, with your head, more than anything else. And the people that can talk the way out, way out of these situations, are better people for it. I don't want to. I think I did it last time. It's a snake. I don't want to have to find it. I'm just going for the tomb. Collect what I missed. Whole gear system. To be honest, I wasn't a big fan of the gear system either. Before we played it, I think I preferred the gear system in Odyssey to the one in Origins. Origins gear system. Problem with it was there was no. You tried to use other weapons. There was no encouragement to do so. Odyssey actually helped you and made you want to try new weapons because there was a reason for doing so. You were basically pushed to try new weapons, and I liked that. Whereas Origins didn't do that, which was a bit of a. Although Origins came first, so obviously, yeah, Origins came first, so obviously they changed it up, and it worked a lot better. I felt in Odyssey. No, it's not the worst game on earth. I haven't finished Valhalla. I love Valhalla. Yeah, a lot of people reckoned it was too grindy, too long with some of the concerns, too many side quests. I can kind of see that for a lot of people. It depends on what you enjoy, I think. I don't mind the lots and lots of side quests. I like that side of things. But I do see also how a lot of people don't. You got to think, with this save is currently 250 hours and counting. That's a long time for a lot of people. That's including all the DLCs and all the extra stuff that's been added up as well. People don't have that time. I don't say it's a hate praise, honestly. Game's basically never ending. Yeah, the fact you can keep going back and stuff. Yeah, the replayability with Odyssey is good. I like the fact that the world events, the mysteries. I like the fact there was a lot of story to them. There's nothing worse than a side quest. There's no story to it. It's just to go and fetch quest. That bugs the hell out of me. I'd rather a side quest with story involved. And I felt that was done correctly. Whether there's too many or not is a different question. But I think the fact they had stories were good. Well, I'm looking for something similar to last time. I'm looking for an entrance or an exit. Oh, what's this way? That's where we got out last time. So is there something else? I'm going on basically on the last tomb had something else, didn't it? We've got the note here. Okay, not worried about that. We're looking for an artefact. And judging by the last tomb, I do wonder if it's here, but it doesn't look like it is. Which would tell me it might be on the way out then. So before we go too far, I need to be looking around to see if we can find this one thing that we're missing. Okay. Nothing so far. It's got to be in here somewhere. It's just where. Okay, so study everything and see if we can spot this one thing. Wasn't there a door we couldn't get into? Could it possibly be there? This artifact? Because I think there's a door below us we couldn't actually get into. If I remember correctly. Well, there is the way out there though, isn't it? Over that way. Yeah, I get that as well though, the high arm man. If you want to change gear a lot, yeah, you play something else that actually does that. I think that's the thing, that if once you start resorting to insults, you've kind of lost, haven't you? That's the thing. We haven't had a philosophical conversation. In fact, we have. You say not in a while. Wasn't it just last weekend? But then we go really philosophical. Cass generally starts the philosophical conversation and I just carry it on. Right, I'm still trying to find this one thing. Now, just double checking there is nothing else we've missed. Because it does mean it's towards this end then. I don't want to go too far. Find you've missed it. Okay, I'm not ziplining. Let's have a proper look round. Because it could be anywhere. Post there. We're looking for one artifact. And they're really round and small. They're not big and easy found, I would say. Up on this ledge, nothing? No, nothing on the ledge that I would have said is this artifact. Just going to check we're in the right one. Yeah, we're in the... Because the one we've already got is the one beginning with L, the beginning with V. Venetius. I'm pretty sure it's the one we've got. Let's have a look. The one thing I do, I hoard materials. I've not sold a single rune in game. That's why I have so many. So much stuff because I don't sell any of them. Where are these? There we go. So we've got the Venetius and we've got the Boudica. There's got to be one in this tomb somewhere. Let me tell you what happened yesterday. I had a dream that I got married and I was so happy as soon as I woke up. Hey, before, yeah, that's because of your fear though. How does he think they cut those things? I have little delusional issues, so I forget a lot of things. It's alright, don't worry. In a debate as ad hom is when a person starts using insults on valid arguments. No, like you say, I think to be able to debate shows a better understanding of what you're trying to discuss. The minute you resort to insults, you've lost. Okay, would it be down here then? Is it going to allow me to go any further down? It is. Okay, I've got a feeling this is where it's going to be. It's going to be anywhere. Surely it's going to be here. Maybe not. Oh yes, there. There we go, found it. It's the only place it could have been. Right, we now have... We have all three of the tomb artefacts. Okay. So, the tombs have been added to the game. There's 4 tombs in total. There's a starting tomb, and then there's these 3. We've now got the 3 tomb artifacts. What we're going to do, we're going to travel back to Ravensthorpe and go to the original tomb. I know it says done, but I want to have a look at something, because a lot of people are complaining nothing happens once you've got these artifacts, but it's because there are more tombs to be added. We don't know when. No one has a clue of when, but there are more coming soon. Supposedly. Save that for later use. Yeah, ad hom. Vegan gains. He's quite psychotic. Thanks to him, I've got a lot of debate terminology. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I recognise the name as well, and I've got no idea why. It's not the kind of thing I would look at, but, you know. Strawman add-on, Gish Gallop. Okay. Fair enough. So just to recap, we've finished the festival, we've done all the quests in the festival. Not worried about the cosmetics. It's a scythe and there's a new eagle. I'm not overly... You know me, I don't do cosmetics. And we've just had to go back to the tombs to retrieve the artifacts we missed originally when we looked at the tombs. And we're just going to go back to the first tomb to have a quick look in there. I want to have a look at something. But as I say, it's not the end of the tombs. There's more to come. But make sure you collect the artifacts. They're going to be vitally important going forward with the tombs. Which I'll show you hopefully why in a minute, from what I'm aware of. Intentionally misrepresents the proposition they set up because it's easier to defeat than an opponent's argument. It kind of makes sense, to be fair. Like a scarecrow. Okay. So, we're going to head to the starting tomb. Just because I want to have a look at something while we finish off. Something that I've been thinking about. And I don't know if I'm going to be right or wrong. I could be completely wrong, but we'll find out in a second. Yeah, so they make up what they think, they try and make out what they think you're trying to say, but in an easier way that they can take advantage of. Yeah. Happens a lot. Okay. Where's my entrance? I think my entrance is down here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so entrance, this is the first tomb. If you haven't done the tombs yet, this is the first one. So this isn't spoiling anything. I've not shown you how to solve the tombs. This is the first one. Manius's Sanctum. Basically cherry picking up and taking things out of context. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This gallop is a rhetorical technique which the boat attempts to women upon the system of argument without regard to access. Gish gallop. Okay. The old Gish gallop, eh? I love that term. I think that term's brilliant. Lacking your PC. I love Gish gallop. I think that's a brilliant terminology. Okay. So this is the important part of the whole tombs. And the big thing that's important is that round disc in the floor. Now, we don't know. You wouldn't believe English wasn't your first language the way you talk, Cass, to be honest. We don't know how many tombs are in total. There's currently 4 in the game. 3 of them have artefacts. We have gained them 3 artefacts. And for those that are confused, when you come to do these, the game doesn't tell you where to go, which makes this confusing. You have to look on this map and figure it out for yourself. But I will say, the ones we've completed have now disappeared off that map, which is interesting. I wondered if anything would break off it. But all the tombs we've completed have now gone. There were markers on 3 places, and we had to figure out on the map where they went. But the artefacts, I'm assuming, are going to have something to do with opening this floor. We don't know when that's going to happen. We don't even know really how. But at some point there will be more tombs added, and we should hopefully see what is below the floor. And the reason I'll probably end in here is because I think when they add the tombs, you're going to have to go in here and try and figure out roughly where these tombs are again from this map, which was an interesting guesswork puzzle we had to solve. These kids got picked on both sides. I think a lot of people, and this isn't, I'm not saying anything bad about you, Cass, but I think a lot of people with that background, like the whole man says from India, they grasp the English language pretty quickly when they live abroad. I don't know why that is, to be fair. But did you learn English in school, Cass, or did you learn English by YouTube and stuff? I can't remember. I'm sure you've told me before. But didn't you? You are very. When the way you write, Cass, you wouldn't know you weren't English. To be honest, and even when you talk on YouTube, you can't tell you're not English. You've got an accent, but I wouldn't say it's American. But you can't tell you're not a native. But yeah, do you get taught English at school, Cash? You did tell me how you learn. I can't remember now. While we're just chatting, I am going to save this. We've done everything we can do. The festival is finished. We've collected the things we needed for the tombs. We'll just have a quick look at the last artefact. And Ivor, when you collect them, does say he doesn't know what they're for. But that we know that will come later on. We learned broken English at school because you know how to pronounce words. Oh, okay. Like fastly. Do you know what? I just assumed you have English teachers. Like English teachers. That would make sense to me. So we've got these 3 artefacts now from the tombs, and obviously they're there for when we finally find out how to open the tomb. Why have I got new equipment? What have I gained? Well, I've got the Fallen Hero set. So I'm assuming the Fallen Hero set we gained from doing the festival for free by the looks of things. I've just seen the actual Fallen Hero set rune enhancement. So once you wear all 5 of them, if you ever get hit, it drops a pulse that explodes after they dealing damage in an area and knocking enemies back. I hate when they do things like that. Light and resilient as would befit a master of the unexpected attack. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of thing. That's taking armour to a fantasy level that I don't agree with. Fallen Hero breastplate. It's got good armour, but armour and damage bonus, massive armour and damage bonus. To be fair, I'm not happy with again. If you get hit, you drop a pulse that explodes. So that makes it too far, to be honest. And we normally wear stuff that's recent, but I can't wear that because of the bonus. Right, so we're going to give it a save. We're going to chat for a few minutes before we finish. We have done everything we can do. Our save is now up to 259 hours and 32 minutes. And luckily, the save is still going strong. But yeah, we'll save it, we'll come out. I don't want to obviously be sitting in game doing nothing. We've done everything we can do. Festival missions are all done. We're not fussed about the stuff you can gain from tokens. It's not worth the time, as always. If you're into your cosmetics, obviously, it's worth it. I don't think it is for us. And now the tombs are up to date. And I've actually caught up with what I missed before. Let me just check up on this. English and cartoons. I'm sure you said you saw people online talking, and you picked it up a lot of it yourself. I saw what you did yesterday. Yeah, I think that's the hardest thing about English. English, I think, is probably a harder language to learn because of how many words are for the same thing, but they all spell differently as well. It's quite a difficult language to learn phonetically. I think that's the problem. Punctuation, objectives, vowels. Think as a joke. Oh, really? So Americans can pick up you're from Canada because of something you say then? That's quite interesting. I did wonder how a lot of Americans and Canadians stood apart when it comes to language. Accent on specific words. But then I was saying this the other day, I'll take it off this screen so we don't have the fire burning in the background. I'll say what I said the other day. When I lived in London, I would always get mistaken for an Aussie. A lot of the way I speak, supposedly, is quite Australian-like in some of the words I use. My other half takes the mickey at me all the time. My issue is I've lived all over the place for different reasons, and I've picked up a lot of words and ways to say words that you don't hear that often unless you're in that specific area. So, you know, we have words that are said differently depending on where you are in the UK. That's the thing. I did live mid-country for a while. There out east with an accent. Okay. So you don't understand the difference between Canadians and Americans? Well, they live in 2 different countries, Gas, for a start. I think there's a completely different accent to the 2, to be honest. We are better, that's the difference. I think the Canadians are always going to say Canada's the better place to be, and Americans are always going to say America's the better place to be. I think they both have the pluses and minuses, to be honest. Canada does look so scenic, though. If you look pictures of Canada, it does look so really scenic. You want to spend your youth in America and retire in Canada. A friend of mine, he was a apprentice chef for me years and years ago, and when I left to move to Germany, he moved to America to be a camp helper in these holiday camps in America. And he loved it. He now lives out there full time, has a kid and a family and everything else. That's the best way of doing it, Cass. While you're young, go and enjoy it. Go out there and, you know, do a summer job out there. That's the best thing. You know they live in two different countries. Well, I couldn't help myself. You're saying I'm not noticing. I won't say ask I'm Canadian, like I just help myself. You can't say Canada's better, Cass, if you haven't lived there or haven't been there. That's the difference. Free healthcare is pretty cool and very legalised pot. But don't some of the states in America also have legalised as well? Obviously the healthcare is not free. Oh, no, I understand you want to be there, actually live it properly. I get that. You've got to come to England at some point, though, Cass, as well. To be honest. You really do. I think you'd enjoy some of the English culture. But yeah, I want to visit Canada at some point. If I'm allowed to, obviously fly. It depends what actually comes from the injuries and stuff. Obviously, I can't fly anytime soon because a broken back doesn't really work when it comes to flight. So that's a no-no at the minute, and it's going to be a while off. But I'd love to go to Canada. I want to go to America as well. There's a place I want to go and see. Meet the what's the Mandem? What's the Mandem? I've never even heard of the Mandem in the UK. You can pick up an accent. That's the thing. Some people are really good at accents and pick them up easily. Some people can put them on when they need to. Other people, languages. I knew a girl that could speak 8 different languages. But she could switch simultaneously between all 8. And it was incredible. She had an American accent. Work that one out. Mandem. UK slang for saying people or folks. No, it's not. Mandem is not UK slang. In the slightest. I have never ever heard that word said before in my life. I'm going to look that up. There is no way that's English slang. I live here. It actually is. In the slang dictionary, and it is a slang dictionary, it's a UK slang for group of men or people in general, right? One's crew, boys or mates. I will tell you now, Cass, that is never used. I can't believe that that's actually a real thing. No, that is never used. I have never heard it in my entire life. Pengbird, again, doesn't get used. Tings doesn't get used. Bruv, okay, bruv does, but only by certain groups of people. Skeng, no. Shank, yes. Yeah, some of them words aren't really used at all. They may have been years ago, but most of them aren't even used at all now. Even shank isn't really used now. Not really. But yeah, Mandem. I've never heard of Mandem in my life. That's definitely a new one on me. Oh, okay, so the roadmen use it. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say I've never heard of it. It's a weird one. I don't know anyone. If I spoke to anyone I know in England, I guarantee no one's heard of that. I sound posh. See, this is the thing. So, when I lived in London, people assumed I was an Aussie because of the way I spoke. When I was in the army, people did think I was posh. I had a nickname in the army as Preppy because I don't swear, and I pronounce things mostly the way they should be pronounced. They all thought I was quite posh and well-to-do. I definitely wasn't. I am currently in Suffolk. Weird place where I'm actually between. So the counties in England, I'm in Suffolk, but I'm also on the border of Cambridgeshire and Essex. It's one of those weird places. So very popular among the youth in the UK. Which youth are you talking to? I'll speak to my 19-year-old stepson, and I guarantee he's never heard of that. I wouldn't say it's popular amongst the youth at all. Yeah, UK Jamaicans, yeah, that's probably more like it. I definitely wouldn't say it's a UK youth. Utes? No, it's not. Where are you getting this stuff from? UK drill. Okay, that actually answers some of those questions straight away. Ooters, again, it's not real slang. Reference to an old movie. Yeah, I see Utes. I kind of get from an old film, but yeah, no. What you're hearing, the words they're using, is not widely used at all. That's the thing. But yeah, I know I sound posh at times. I'm aware of it. I've been told it for many, many years. I'm not in the slightest. I just like pronouncing things properly. Although I struggle, so I can't say Munster properly. Luckily, no one's really pulled me up on it, and I can't actually say the F word. One of the reasons I don't swear. I don't like swear words generally, but I can't actually pronounce it. Never have been able to, not properly. So because of that, that's probably one of the reasons I don't swear, to be honest. Do not send me drill songs. I will not listen to them. I have no interest in drill music. I don't know where you've learned it, I tell you. Yeah, it makes sense if you're listening to UK drill, but it makes no sense to me. It's not the stuff that I enjoy. You pronounce things properly when you're outside of America. Your family comes to Liverpool. Okay, and then Breverton. Nice. Okay. Were you born in America? In Canada, sorry. I didn't mean to say America. Apologise. Were you born in Canada? But your family was from Liverpool. You're 100% pure Indian, but my body language, accent and mannerisms are all Americanised. But then a lot of people from the east side of the world, a lot of Chinese as well, Indian, Japanese, they're very westernised, aren't they? In a lot of how they act now. It's really weird how that's come across. Yeah, the stuff used in music is not used in regular conversation at all. Yeah, if you come to the UK and start saying a lot of those things, no one's going to have a clue what you're talking about, Cass. You're not going to hear it, I tell you now. It's not going to happen. My other half, we've been together many, many years, and she has never heard me say it. And she knows I can't pronounce it, and she tried at the start, and it's never happened, and it never will. But yeah, I just can't. It doesn't come out right. So weird, yeah. But a lot of people become Americanized by actually going there. It's from watching on YouTube and American TV, because a lot of TV around the world is from America. The East fanboys on the West. No, there isn't. There is not normal people in the UK that say Mandem at all. Your grandparents emigrated here but aren't moved back to Liverpool. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Oh, nice. So your grandparents came there first. So your parents, what accent did they have? Your other side grandparents came from Scotland. Oh, wow. That's a definite mix then, isn't it? Or like man's in it. Oh, in it you hear. It's laziness, but you do hear it, to be honest. Man's I don't really hear. I don't really know when that would be used. Times are changing. To be honest, I'm a little bit out of depth with the youth of these days. I don't know exactly what they're saying to each other, to be honest. But I do have a 19-year-old stepson, and if I'm ever struggling, I would probably, go and ask him what he says. And most of the time, I've asked him previously about things I've heard, and he's like, never heard of that. All right, fair enough. You'd love to go to Ireland. I would love to go to Ireland. Ireland would be incredible. There's loads of countries I'd love to visit. Obviously, whether I can and will be able to, I don't know just yet. 1,000 sub special user singular F-bomb. Do you know what? I don't think we're going to get there anytime soon, so I'd happily do the day we get 1,000 subs is the day I don't know, sing a song full of them or something, which means that the whole song will be pronounced. The song with the day F word in would be pronounced wrong the whole time. But I'll do something like that if we ever get to 1,000 subs. But then, as I said, numbers have never been a big thing. But I like the challenge. I like the idea. You'd pay to hear me do a stream where he only swears. It's not going to happen. I hate to say it. I don't swear general. Whenever the only word I say my other half doesn't like is I'll say shit, and that's it. And my other half hates it. But generally, other than that, I don't say anything else. And having been in the army, you hear when I joined the army, swearing was every other word. And I think some of that's helped me not want to say it. It's kind of, I don't know. I enjoy being different in that respect. The parents born and raised here, so regular local accent. Oh, okay. Wow. That's quite cool, though. So you've got relatives, descendants from Liverpool and Scotland. That's incredible. Your live streams are you swearing every 5 seconds to keep people laughing with me. Your drunk stream of Origins the other night wasn't really people laughing with you. That was you having a go at me and Keller, admittedly. Send him a clip. Yeah, that was you just swearing at me and Keller and telling me that Guardians of the Galaxy can't have an update. An update doesn't exist. I'm talking rubbish with a lot more swear words involved in the sentences, obviously. That's what your last live stream was about. You swear fairly excessively. Yeah, some people do, some people don't. I'm not anti-swearing. My other half has a potty mouth like anything, and she makes up for the fact that I don't tenfold, and she knows it. But everyone has their own way of talking, don't they? And because I don't do it outside the stream, I can't force myself to do it in stream. If that makes sense. Obviously, if you're the kind of person that swears a lot outside, then when you're streaming, you've got to be yourself. So if that's you, that's you, and that's just how it is. But I couldn't do that. I couldn't come on stream and start throwing swear words everywhere, and then go off stream, speak to my other half, and not say a single one. It wouldn't make any sense to me. What did I swear? When did I swear? I said one word. Yeah, I said the word I swear I use for most things. But instead of saying the F word, I generally say flip. Flip is my word. You're Punjabi, a type of Indian. They say Irish people are the Punjabis of Europe. Punjabi people are the Irish of India. Okay, you're going to flip. People told me I'm the most loving, kind person I've met. That's why she's making. See, I don't find swearing on streams entertaining. I get what you mean, and a lot of people do find it entertaining. I jumped into an Assassin's Creed stream ages ago now, and every other word was the F word. And to be honest, it didn't draw me in. I don't find that entertaining. But then I know people that do. That's the thing. So it's one of those. You get in your streams because in real life you have a very, very soft voice. That's not what Keller said. Keller said you had a very deep voice. Your new word is flark. I'm not saying flark from Guardians of the Galaxy, thank you. That got very annoying very quickly, that word. No, I generally say flip. I think that's the thing. You've got to be you, don't you? And you've got to be true to yourself. I get you could be more entertaining, you could play a character, but it's not me. That's never the way I want to be. Yeah, I said the S word. It's the only word I use. I generally won't say it in stream. I did as an example. I will say it if I'm reading something in the stream and it's there. I'll say it then. But I generally wouldn't even say that because I don't use it excessively outside. My other half says I do, but I don't think I do. But yeah, you've got to be you. Swearing reduces stress and pain. Swearing, I disagree with that fact. Massively disagree with that fact. So I was always taught, rightly or wrongly, swearing is a sign of a lower intelligence. Swearing is someone that doesn't have a true understanding of the language. Steve's the only person in the UK to say flipping hell. No. I substitute the F word for flipping on everything. So any sentence you would usually use the F word, I'll replace the F word with flipping. And it does, it's weird, but people that know me know that's what I'm meaning. Obviously, I'm not saying the swear word though, which works really well. But yeah, I was always taught if you swore you didn't have a full understanding of the language. I had some very weird people that taught me throughout my life for different things, and yeah, that was one of them. Doesn't mean they're right, doesn't mean they're wrong, but it was just one of those weird things I was taught. I had a lot of weird things taught to me. Made up so people who use long words and don't swear can feel safe, sound smart to society. Absolutely, and that's me. Absolutely, Cass. Yeah, no, I'm loving that. I'm not saying swearing isn't fine. I'm just saying it doesn't entertain me, but I don't do it. Scientifically proven it reduces pain. Really? I would love to see that scientific test that proved that it reduces pain, because pain can't be measured, not properly. So that would be an interesting study. But yeah, what I said is made up so people who use long words and don't swear can feel safe, sound, smart society. I completely agree with that sentence, though. Completely agree. You were told that I've seen recent news pop up over time saying people who swear generally have a slightly higher IQ. Okay. I'm talking to 20 years ago, I was told that. And that was kind of burned into me. Burned is the wrong word. But it was definitely pushed into my mindset. People who swear generally have a high, I don't know if they would have a high IQ. That'd be an interesting study, though. And they say, I feel like we aren't on the same level. Currently, therefore, it's quite tacit. It means I'm making things overcomplicated. Yeah, that's definitely making things overcomplicated, to be fair. Yeah, I see it as a bit of a cop-out. Obviously, there are times where swearing does come in handy. I completely see that. And, people do it, and people... Because if you're so used to doing it, you're never going to change. That's always going to be your way of talking, and everyone has their way of talking. Well, I'm not suddenly going to overnight be able to change to a complete potty mouth. That's never going to happen. Same as my other half will never change from her potty mouth to someone that doesn't swear as much. That's not going to happen. And I think a lot of that's just ingrained in you. Wouldn't even say... I'd say it's probably nature nurture, if anything. It's where the environment you're in and around and that kind of stuff. It's like you walk down the street now, though. When I was able to walk my boy to school, my boy's 6, and I'd walk into school, and we'd go past kids that are 9, 10 years old, and they're saying swear words that a grown adult would blush at. They're saying the C word, the F word, and everything. And you just think that's just wrong. In my eyes, I just don't get it. I really don't. But you're right, yeah. I don't think I use too big a words, though, sometimes. I try not to. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? So many people swear now. I think it's a smaller minority that don't swear, which I find quite interesting. No one says business anymore. Everyone just says biz. So there's a parody of real life and how normal was we've forgotten. Well, that even in the dictionary, every year in the dictionary in the UK, because it's updated yearly, slang words are going in. Like lol, LOL, is in the dictionary now. And every year there's more of these slang words added, because they now become normal English. You don't use big words, you just do it fast. I do use big words at time. Sometimes. I do it to my other half to annoy her sometimes. Especially first thing in the morning, because it's hilarious. It is the accent, I think, more than anything else. A lot of people do say it. It's been great chatting. You're going to take off and play some Battlefield. No worries, the High Hole Man. We're going to finish anyway as well. But thank you for joining us. Thank you to High Hole Man. It's been a pleasure as always. Yeah, we are going to finish anyway. Mandem will never be in the dictionary. The minute Mandem is the dictionary, Cass, I would admit you're right. But until then, you're wrong. There is no way. I'm not accepting Mandem as a dictionary word. Ever. You agree, Steve, we're in the minority who doesn't swear. Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, completely. See? I'll take the 2 against 1. 2 against Cass. Kathy was here the whole time. She was listening quietly, observing your behaviour, Cass. But it is. Life has changed so dramatically, hasn't it, where it's the minority that don't swear now. Whereas if you speak to grandparents, and probably great grandparents, if you've still got them around, they probably don't swear either. It's kind of that generational change. Free the mandem. All of them things, bruv. No. He's more of an assassin than either. To be fair, I taught my son something the last few days, and it's really annoyed my other half. So I will finish on this note, because this is hilarious. I find this funny. So I don't know if you're aware, Cass. You might be aware. Kathy may have heard of it, but there was a program with Will Smith in years ago when I was a kid, called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Really catchy theme song. And there was something that he said in it that I still say every now and then just to annoy my other half because it's funny. And my little boy's picked up on it, and now he's saying it, but he's getting some of the words a bit wrong. But, you know, if you're just chilling out, you're just not doing much, he would say he's relaxing, maxing, not too taxing bow. And it's just one of those fun things to say, and I say it occasionally, just, it's funny. And my little boy has now picked up on it, and he is saying it. And coming from a 6-year-old, it is actually quite funny to hear him say it, especially when he doesn't quite get the words the way around. But yeah, the theme song's brilliant. But anyway, we'll finish on that note. Finish on that little light-hearted comment. That is us done. So we've completed the festival. And it's a festival, not a celebration, so we can't say it's for Christmas. We know there are more tombs coming soon. We've picked up the final 2 artefacts. The reason we missed them previously, because they definitely weren't obvious. That's a guarantee. But we've finished the festival. There is everything done. We've finished the tomb. So we're back on Valhalla. Just like you're feeling supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah. I hate that word. But I know why you've used it. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you for joining us. Like I said, we'll be back on Valhalla when there's another update, whether it's another festival for Christmas, or they add the tombs, or the next DLC. We'll be back with it as soon as they do anything else for the game. We're not leaving it and throwing it in the corner. We'll keep coming back and keep the save moving forward. Next live stream will be Saturday evening. We're not live on a Friday because I've got physio, and I'm normally suffering by the evening, unless things change, which I can't see happening, but we'll never know. So Saturday evening we'll do Genshin Impact, another 2 hours, 2.5 hours of that, and I'll start getting the video prepared for next week's schedule, as I'll release it on Sunday like last time. I think that worked quite well. If you have any comments about the schedule video we did last Sunday, let me know. I'm happy to change any of it. It's something I was playing with just to make life a little bit easier. Even though the sound of it is something quite just you, Cass. You made new friends. You did make a new friend, Cass. Right, that is it. I will just keep going on. So thank you all very much. It's been brilliant as always. Thank you for the likes, the views, the comments, and the conversation. You guys have been incredible. We'll see some of you hopefully again Saturday evening for Genshin Impact. If we don't see you, then have a good weekend, and hopefully we'll see you very soon. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.